All right, welcome back. So we're gonna put the straps on next, and then we're gonna write TNT on it. So let's get to it. To put the straps on, I need to build the straps somewhere inside this face in here, but I've got nothing flat to build on. I wanna kind of build on the side. So I'm gonna do a construction plane. I'm doing what's called an offset plane. I'm gonna click on the surface of the dynamite here, on this little lip right here, and I'm gonna create the plane inside where I want the strap to be. And I think that looks about like that. So I put mine 20 millimeters in from the face and click OK. Now I'm going to create a sketch on that plane. Now that I have something flat I can click on, I can actually put a sketch here. And the next thing I want to do, you can tell that how the dynamite's going through like the middle of the sketch like this. So what I want to do here is I want to do a create, project include, and I'm going to do an intersect command. And up here for selection filter, I'm going to choose bodies. And I'm going to click on the dynamite body, and you can see what it does here is actually, let me remove the selection real quick. It's going to draw in these circles on my sketch. Wherever the dynamite passes through my sketch, it's going to create a circle there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click on the body, and then I'm going to click OK. Now I can hide the dynamite, and I'm going to square back up to my sketch. All right, so the strap needs to go around this outside. To make it match the profile perfectly, I'm going to grab an offset tool. And I'm just going to click on all of these. And remember, an offset tool builds a line along the outside of something or the inside of something. Just depends. And now it's all just like that. And I'm going to make this 2 millimeters thick. Enter. Now, if I extrude all of this inside here, that's going to be a weird strap where it dives in like this. That's not how straps work. So we pull it over. The strap kind of goes almost in a straight line-ish across here, but not quite. It kind of dives down a little bit. So we're going to give it a little bit of play to it. So what I need to do is create lines across here to connect these circles. Now, one thing I notice here is that this is actually, I might be able to do it with a polygon tool. Let's take a look. So I'm going to create polygon, and I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter, I'll just do it inscribe polygon, and let's see if I can get the number of sides correct. Yeah, I think that's it right there. So 6 sides is what I need. And I'm going right up here to the top where I see midpoint like that, and I'm going to click right there. And now that is my outside edge. And now I'm going to come here and I'm going to try an offset tool, see if that'll work. No, I'm not going to do that. That's complicated. I'm going to create another polygon on the inside. I'm going to choose an inscribe polygon. Again, the same 6 sides as before. And I'm going to do it, well, no, actually escape. I think I am going to try to do an offset tool real quick. I'm going to click on my polygon and I'm going to drag it in now. And I want it to be 2 millimeters. Whoops. -2 because I want to be on the inside. Enter. All right, so now this is where things start getting complicated. I need to grab this whole thing around here and extrude it. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to grab this piece, all the way around here, picking up, whoops, not that round piece actually, not this piece, that piece there. And I'm just going to keep going around. I'm going to stay outside of the circles and outside of this rectangle, or sorry, this polygon in the middle. So stay out of the circle, stay out of the hexagon, stay out of the circle. So I'm not inside these inside purple circles. I'm staying on the outside of those, and I'm just going around trying to click them all in there. Awesome. So that is my good friend, the strap. And let's click, oh, let's extrude it. So let's tip it to the side so we can see what's going on. I'm going to turn my dynamite back on so I can see. And I'm going to grab this and drag it back to about where I think is good. And for me, that looks, I might go a little less, like 12. 12 looks really good to me. So I'm going to click, it says new body here. Make sure it says new body. We don't want to join it because we want to be able to print this sleeve a different color. Like this one's black and this one's red. And we do that because they're two different things, right? So we'll print them separately later. So we want to make them a new body now. So new body, click, okay. And now notice I made a body too. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to call this front strap. Enter. Awesome. And now I'm going to mirror this thing. So just like before, in fact, you know what? I think it's too far backwards. I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to edit my plane here. Right click, edit feature. And I'm going to take this back to like fit -15. And hit enter. And notice how it just, because I moved the plane back, that moved the sketch back, which moved the extrusion back. It all just fed into each other. All right, very cool. Now the next thing I want to do is mirror this to the other side because I want 2 straps. So I'm going to turn my center plane back on, this mid plane back on. I'm going to come up here to create mirror. And this time I do want bodies because I created a new body for the front strap. So I'm going to click on the front strap. I'm going to say the mirror plane that I'm mirroring around is right here. And now you can see it's going to make the one back there. And that's pretty cool. Make sure it says new body and not join. Click OK. And now I've got another front strap. Except this one I'm going to call back strap. Enter. And then there. Turn off plane 1 because we don't need it anymore. And now we got our 2 straps done. I'm going to hit A for appearance. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to grab the metallic paint, black. And I'm going to just drag it and drop it right on these to kind of model what it's going to look like when we're done. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to close the appearance screen. And now the last thing we're going to do before this video is over is we're going to write TNT on it. So I'm going to hit home again. And I'm going to write TNT right across here. To do that, I've got to create a sketch. But notice when I do that, I can't create a sketch on anything round like this. So I need to create something flat on this surface of the Dynamite before I can create a sketch. So I'm going to undo my create sketch tool, hit escape to get out of that. I'm going to create a construction plane that is called a tangent plane. What this means is it's going to be sitting on the surface of some circle. In this case, this cylinder right here. I'm going to click on that face and it made it right there totally flat and straight up. Well, I want it pointing kind of at a diagonal, so I'm going to roll it down to 45 degrees and then click OK. So now I've created this plane that's right on the piece of this Dynamite at a 45-degree angle like this. Pretty cool stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is create my sketch on this orange plane right here. Click. And it always does this. I hate this. We need to rotate it back around where it says top and right. So I'm going to go to home. I'm going to be right here on the top right view. I'm going to click in that corner and it'll rotate me back flat to my plane. All right, next thing I'm going to do is create and text. And actually, before I do that, escape, I need to project the shape of this stick of dynamite onto here. So I'm going to do P, and I'm going to project the feature of this one right here. And I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to hide the dynamite and the 2 straps. And the stick of dynamite is actually from this top corner to this bottom corner. This line is where it fed into the next piece of dynamite below. So really what I'm working with are these 2 corners. So I'm going to do create here. I'm going to do text. And I'm going to create my text box from this top corner down to this bottom corner down here. And I'm going to type in TNT, or you could type in dynamite. I'm going to center it this way and center it horizontally. And this is a little bit big because remember the dynamite wraps around. This is going to wrap a bunch onto it, and we don't really want that. So what I'm going to do here is change my size down to like, I don't know, 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. 8 looks pretty good. That's about right. And then I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to bring the dynamite back on and I'm going to extrude this. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, click on my letters, and watch what happens. If I extrude down, well, just extrude down -1. And don't do this. Don't do this with me. This is not the right way we're going to do it. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to click OK. And look at how weird this is. Like, because it's a flat extrusion, it extrudes the middle where the dynamite's curved deeper than the outside edges. And that just, I mean, it's a look. If you're like, that's cool, I want that, leave it. But I'm going to Control Z this, undo that last extrusion. And now if it's sideways, that's fine because the letters are already there. Instead of doing an extrusion, I'm going to finish sketch. I'm going to come here and create. I'm going to create what's called an emboss. And what that means is wrap something flat around something curved. So it's going to ask me, what are my sketch profiles? Well, I want to take this TNT, and it says, what faces do you want to wrap it around? So I want to click on this piece of dynamite, and when I zoom in now, you can kind of see what is happening. So instead of being a flat extrusion, it's actually extruding it up in a curve that matches the dynamite's curve. So that's kind of cool that it's doing that. And you can look at it from this side. Notice how it's kind of starting out as a narrow wedge and getting thicker as it goes up, because it's extruding out that way, which is really cool. But I actually want this to be emboss or deboss, which means go in instead of out, and I only want 1 millimeter. So there's a -1 for depth, and maybe I'm going to do a -0.5 because that's still pretty deep. So whoops, 0.5. Yeah, that's nice and shallow. And notice how it's taking that and like wrapping it onto there for the same thicknesses. I'm going to click OK. Awesome. And now when I flip it up to home, you can see really well. It looks just really sharp. It's all wrapped on there. All right, that was deboss. So let me turn everything back on. We'll turn the front strap, back strap back on. We've got something that's looking really like dynamite to me, right? So next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the end caps or the blasting caps that go in here. We'll make those black. We'll put some capsule back to the back side as well. And then we'll start building out the fuses from there. Awesome job. Stick with it.